Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. It's another one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. She said, what? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. She's a torta with some bad habits. Bye-ya. 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 Orale, as you can tell by that thumbnail right there, we're going to get straight into this. I'm going to answer some questions a lot of people have been asking me. You know, it's a little bit of a different rhythm this morning. It's the rhythm of the night, like an El DeBarge song, right? The reason it's different is because I wanted to be a little bit more serio and talk about some of the situations I'm going through. You know, a lot of people care about me. A lot of people, they ask questions, man, and I get a lot of respect, a lot of love, man, and I thank everybody for that. You know, a while back I put out a video, it was a short, you know, and I was in the hospital, I was in the ER, and I had IVs all up in me, and you see the thumbnail right there, man. Those were pictures taken from that day. It was a bad day. It was a bad situation, a lot worse than I let anybody know, man. But I'm gonna tell you about it. Tell you what happened. So, you know, when you're dedicated to your craft and you do what you do, gente, you're not really tripping. You know, you think you're invincible, right? Same thing like in the gang aspect of things, man. Sometimes you're gonna have to make sacrifices. Sometimes you're gonna have to do what you do. But when you're riding around with that K or you're riding around with that AR, homes, you feel invincible. You feel empowered. Like you could do whatever the fuck you got to do, homes, and can't no one mess with you, right? And that's how I felt, you know, in life, that I could do pretty much whatever I wanted to do. Nothing would touch me. You know, I didn't look into the history of my family and understand that my family had been dealing with a lot of issues, you know, on both sides. Didn't care really to understand or look into what was going on with my own gente. You know, I was too busy focused on the raza, my YouTube channel, my kids, my familia, to really worry about, you know, what was going on with myself. I was neglecting myself. You know, they say health is wealth. And I wasn't healthy, gente. You know, I wasn't healthy. I've had to turn that corner little by little. And I had to make ultimate sacrifices, things that I necessarily wasn't doing in my life. But let me tell you about that day and what happened to me. So maybe prior to a week before me going to the ER, I was starting to feel sick a little bit, fatigued, wanted to sleep all day, didn't even want to do YouTube videos, man, go to work, none of that. I just wanted to sleep, eh? I'm talking about waking up at fucking 6 in the morning, busting down, doing my routine, doing what I do, and going to sleep by 9, 10 o'clock, and sleeping all the way to 5 or 6 in the evening, waking up, damn, well, you know, you ever felt like that? Discombobulated, you wake up, you don't know where the fuck you are or what day it is. I was doing that frequently, right? So for like a week straight, that was what was going on. I was very fatigued, very tired. And that wasn't necessarily me. You know, everybody knows me. I'm hyphy. I'm hyper, man. I get it. You know what I mean? So I stay wiggling, right? The wind's blowing. But it wasn't me that week. So anyways, I started to pee a lot, right? Now, when I say pee, I mean really pee, you know, and I called Dubs and I would tell him, hey, bro, I don't feel good, man. I think something's wrong, right? And he said, well, what happened? You know, describe the symptoms to me. Dr. Dubs in the house, right? And I was like, hey, you know, I'm peeing a lot. And he's like, oh, you just broke the seal, homie. It's because I wasn't a big drinker. Then me and him started drinking on the lives. And I started drinking a little bit more and more. Because I was being influenced, man. Not by the homeboy, not being pressured, but by the gente and having a good time, man. I wanted to participate in the reindeer game. So I started drinking a little bit more. So I thought maybe I switched up my stance on drinking a little bit. Maybe I'm drinking a little heavy. Maybe that's the case. But I hadn't been drinking for a while, you know, because we stopped going live and all that. Which, gente, we're going to touch on that at the end of this show, man. I'm going to let you guys know exactly what it is with the lives. But so I said, all right, man, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to take a step back. Maybe it's the drinking. But it wasn't. You know, I was going to pee like every 5 minutes. I'm talking about everywhere I went. As soon as I'd pull up to the spot, a restaurant, wherever I'd go, I had to run in and use the baño, right? I had to use the bathroom. And I started to notice it was too frequent. Something wasn't right. Something just definitely wasn't right. But that's the way it was. And then I started to notice that I was thirsty. Thirsty a lot. I didn't want pisto. I didn't want fucking tea. I didn't want juice or soda. I wanted water, right? And in abundance. I needed a lot of water, man, but I couldn't quench my thirst. So I said, something ain't right here, man. I said, something ain't right, man. I feel like I got SIDA or something. Maybe she gave me that shit. I didn't know. But it was what it was. I was dealing with this. I wasn't telling too many people. I think Dubs was probably the only one privy to what was going on with me. I didn't even tell my own familia how I was feeling. I didn't want to worry anybody, you know? And so the day that I went to the ER, this is what happened, gente. You know, and I just want to tell this story not only for content purposes, but also to let you know, raza, how your day can change just like that. How you think everything's smooth with a purpose, and then you could be on the brink of death, right? Because I definitely was. So I remember that morning I woke up real fatigued, man. I didn't even want to wake up, and couldn't work out, couldn't eat, just And my eating habits had changed, man. Where you guys know, everybody knows, the gun could eat. I could eat burritos and hamburguesas and fucking tortas on mine. Really, right? So the living was real, but I was doing too much of it, I guess. I was drinking sodas, 15, 20 of them a day. Facts, going to Costco, buying the big old flats, smacking them back in 2 days, 36 sodas. That's just what I was surviving on, man. I could tell you guys honestly, gente, I didn't drink water for about a year. Straight up, sodas, every day. It's just what I was doing. Coca-Cola should have endorsed me, eh? You know what I mean? That's how much I was getting my Spriteization on. It was real. So anyways, I didn't want to drink nothing, eat nothing. I just felt real bad that day. And I didn't know what quite was going on with me. So I started to Google some shit and I started to self-diagnose myself. That's what we do nowadays. Hey, you get all paranoid, you start Googling, what the hell's going on with me, man? Why's my beep bigger than usual, right? And you already know I'm working with something. So that was that. And I just didn't feel quite up to it, man. So I called my people. I was like, man, I think I need to go to the ER. They're like, yeah, well, just wait, because they didn't know really what was going on with me. You know what I mean? Don't get all paranoid and shit. You know what I mean? Just chill. So I remember I had to go to the store that day to go buy some groceries, buy a few things. So I hit the block, everything was cool. But what I started to notice, gente, was my eyesight was acting funny. If you notice, I ain't been wearing my glasses lately. And that's because my eyesight is all fucked up still. That's the reasoning. People, why don't you wear your glasses, gun? Because times have changed, eh? You know what I mean? Now, I don't need them, but sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. I don't know fucking what's going on. But anyways, I went to the store. Facts, true story. And I'm shopping in the aisle, and I hit that soda aisle. Man, it's crazy that it was that aisle, right? And I was just passing through there. I wasn't going to get nothing. I wasn't in the mood. Really wasn't in the mood to be out and about, but I had to get a few things. You know how it is, eh? And as I'm going through that aisle, I went blind. Now, let me explain something to you when I say I went blind. No, shit wasn't blurry and fuzzy. No, my fucking eyes weren't cross-eyed. I literally couldn't see zero, nothing. And I remember the first thought in my head was, damn, homie, how am I going to get home? Damn, what about my car? Hey, they're going to steal my rims and my beat, right? I didn't know what the fuck to do. Couldn't make a phone call. Hey, I was at the mercy of whoever or whatever, and I got to stay on my toes. I'm just keep my head on swivelization because there's those that don't like me, those that oppose what I'm trying to do here with the unity of the raza. So I'm like, oh man, I'm tripping. What's going on? When I say I went blind, pitch black, Ray Charles. I was getting my Stevie Wonder on. And I remember thinking to myself, all right, calm down. You don't want anxiety to take a hold, Holmes. You don't want none of that. Just chill. And little by little, after about 5 minutes, I was blind for 5 minutes, gente. My vision started to come back, but it was silhouetted. But it was enough where I thought I could make it. So I just left my cart right there. Hey, if the milk is spoiled, Spence, I owe you guys. I'm gone, right? I said, man, now that I can see, now I don't know if this is going to happen again. It's going to happen while I'm driving. I was kind of tripping. So I called my peoples like, hey, you don't understand what just happened. I went blind. Now they're starting to trip out a little bit. So anyways, I go home, right? I make it home, call my people. They come swoop me up. We go to the ER. So I get in there and I'm explaining to the nurse exactly what's going on with me. Like, hey, this is what's going on. She said, well, let's check your blood sugar, right? Up until this point, I don't even know what blood sugar is. I've never checked it. I've never worried about nothing like that. Sasuke gave me a Twinkie, a ho-ho, and you can keep the ding-dong, right? And everything's good. So they checked it. And when the nurse checked it, I seen her go white like a ghost. Like she went whiter than this Raider jacket. It's fly too, huh? And she said, nah, let me check this again, right? And she checked it. Now, I don't know really too much game on what's going on. I'm starting to learn a little bit now. I have to because I'm dealing with the situation. But my blood sugar was 700. And she looked at me and she said, you're unaliving right now. I don't know if I can say dying. Can I say dying? Okay, guard, can I say it? I'm going to say it. Right? You're passing right now, sir. You're unaliving yourself. So what do you mean? She said, you're going into liver failure right now. You're done. I said, I'm done? Like done? And then it hits you. One thing I learned about the hospital is you don't know how sick you are until you get there, right? When they tell you something, that's when you start tripping. That's when everything starts breaking down. So they didn't even take me back out to the waiting room, man. They immediately rushed me through the door into a room and started throwing IVs and all that. That's the pictures you see of me. And I try to save face, man. I try to go on YouTube, man, and do a little short and act all happy and presentable. But really, I felt like shit. My liver was failing. And the reason why my liver was failing is because I wasn't taking care of myself, gente. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't dieting. I wasn't working out like I was supposed to. I just didn't care, right? And it wasn't that I was neglecting myself or not paying attention. I just thought I was untouchable, eh? I thought everything was good. So they gave me some fluids, some saline, whatever it was, man. It brought me back to reality, and everything started to even out. The fact is, your boy was almost gone, right? And I know there's some of you out there like, yeah, kill him. They wanted me gone. But it wasn't my day yet, eh? You know, maybe not by the sword, but by the gun, right? But it made me open my eyes and really think about things. So now I deal with this stuff every day. Some days are good and some days are bad. They released me out of the hospital that day, man. You guys don't know how close to death I was. My body, my soul, I felt my soul was gone, man. I felt like not that I didn't want to press on. Of course I want to press on for my family, for the gente, for everybody. But I couldn't, right? And it was because of situations I put myself in. It was because I was neglecting my body and myself, man. You have to stay aware, gente. And I say this for the raza, for the brothers, for the woods, for everybody, man. If you don't pay attention to yourself as you get older, you start to notice change in your body, right? I know you youngsters are out there wiggling. You're out there clubbing, having a good old time. Fuck as many tortas as you can. Hey, I stamped that, right? You know what I mean? You have my endorsement. But at the end of the day, just understand, man, that, you know, when you find yourself in a situation like the gun was in, it's very dangerous. So now I deal with something every day. Some days are good, some days are bad, man. Some days I wake up, I'm fatigued, I feel like shit. Some days are better than others. If you notice, my videos have been quite infrequent, and that's because some days I'm just not into it, man. I don't feel too good, gente. I'm not here to have a sob story and have anyone feel sorry for me. I'm just telling you guys the facts of reality. I want everyone to do better than I'm doing. I'm going to show you guys something that I have to deal with every day. I was going to do this on my own, very lonesome, right? I do my own thing, but I'm going to show you guys how I take my blood sugar, right? And the reason I'm going to show you guys is it's due. I got to take it. And maybe this will help people that need help. You know, I'm not here to say do it like I does it, you know, but this is what it is. This is my little machine, man, that I have to check my blood sugar on now. Now this stays with me every day. This is what I got. Out of all the gang banging and the boning tortas and the chilling and the selling dope back in the days, allegedly, right? And doing everything that I was doing, this is what I ended up with, Holmes. Didn't end up with a Rolls Royce. Didn't end up with diamonds in my mouth and a fat gold chain. I ended up with this little fucking machine to check my blood sugar, right? You know, so what you got to do, and I'm going to show you guys, just so you know what I deal with every day. 3 times a day, man, I have to do this shit. You know, and it ain't cool, man. Got this little strip right here. So what I do is I put this little strip into the machine. And you'll see the machine will start to shoot some numbers and shit, right? It'll start to shoot some numbers. And it's letting me know that it's getting ready. Now it's ready. Now I got to put some sangre there, right? So now, I just want to show you guys. I got this little, this is called the poker. The A1 poker, right? Got to have it. And I got this little needle, man. Yes, I got to hit myself with a fucking needle every day. Ain't that some shit, huh? Nope, it's not black. Sorry, ain't that, right? But I put it in this machine. Let me show you guys what I deal with, man. There's the little needle in the machine. Can you guys see the needle? Let me show you up over here. There's a little needle, man. Oh, yeah, it's a big one, huh? Okay. I think I'm cool, huh? Then I have to poke my finger, gente. And it sucks. But something I have to deal with every day. Then you're going to see some sangre, right? There's a little bit of sangre, man. Something I have to deal with. I hope they don't shut my channel down for this shit. Then I have to put it in this machine, man. I have to make sure that I get enough sangre for the machine. And we're gonna do it together. Let's see how my shit's living today. 3, 2, 1. 148. It's not that bad today, right? It's not that bad. You know, it is what it is. Let me clean the sangre off. Something I have to do every day now. You know, I take an insulin shot once a week. I poke myself in the stomach. That's a whole different adventure. But these are all repercussions for my actions. You know, when I was gangbanging in prison, thank God none of this happened to me while I was there, you know, because that would have been hard to deal with. And I know everybody deals with their own situations. There's people way sicker than I am. And it's hard to explain how you feel when you're really, really sick, you know, and just doing your own thing. But it's something I have to deal with every day because I was neglecting myself. Am I going to continue to be Gunners Collective and continue to do my videos? Yeah, absolutely. The fact remains, man, I got to do what I got to do. But I think again, that's just what it is, man. But today's a good day. You know, today I feel better. That's why I felt I should answer questions. You know, there was people, it's funny. Oh, you're just faking this, man. You're just, you know, come on now, man. You know, I don't want to fucking poke myself. I don't want to do all this, man. This is not what I'm into. If I want to get needles in me, it's going to be tattoo needle, right? You know? But I just wanted to tell the people, preach, gun, preach, right? I just wanted to tell you guys that pay attention to your body, man. Pay attention to your mind, homes, your soul, your spirit, yourself. You know, think about, you know, you sometimes. Take time to listen to your body, listen to yourself, what's going on. See, I wasn't. I was so involved in what was going on around me and what the people were thinking about me and what the fucking trolls and the bullshitters were saying about me, you know, that I wasn't really paying attention to my own body and what was going on. And in the end, now I have to suffer the repercussions from actions. Now some days it's 300-400. You know, I don't feel good. I want to go to the ER. Some days I just can't get out of bed. Some days I feel great, man. And, you know, so I want to just go by my old lady. You just don't know what it is. You know, and you can never understand until you're in that situation. Now, I understand that diabetes is what I have, man. And although it's not life-threatening right now, if I didn't take care of myself, it could be. So now I have to take care of myself, gente. So now I got to eat healthy. Let me tell you some bullshit. I want a fucking hamburger, eh? You know, but I got to eat a soy burger. I want to eat chicken wings and you know what I mean, sopita, and do everything that I was doing, but I can't do all that anymore. Now it's fucking salad, boiled eggs, and oatmeal. I say, and let me tell you right now, Holmes, although, you know, when you're struggling, that shit is what it is. But there is no more steak and lobster, or there is no more fucking burritos from the taco truck and carne asada. What is that? You know, I sacrificed all that to take care of myself, you know, because I didn't take care of myself in the beginning. So word to the wise, you know, let's correlate this with gang banging and going in and out of prison, you know. Everything's all cool, man, but it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, right? You can't control what life throws on your plate. You can't dictate the program. All you can do is be your best self in anything you do, whether it's gang banging, going out in the streets, bucking fools, whatever you're going to do, be your best self in doing it, man. Worry about you, number one, because everyone else around you don't give a fuck, man. For those that do support, I appreciate it. I think I get a lot more support and all that just because I'm pretty known, right? Yeah? Is that what it is? I don't know. But at the end of the day, man, I respect it, and I thank everyone that, you know, said, hey, go and get well. I'm trying, gente, I'm trying. Anyways, I wanted to talk about these lives, man. We're going to get into these lives pretty soon, sometime this week. You know, your boy's going to get back in motion. I know there's Valto's waiting. Oh, I can't wait to fuck with this guy. Well, do what you got to do, eh? You know what I mean? I can't stop you. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to do me. You know, anyone who's dealing with the sickness and illness, I know there's Valtos that are dealing with it. You got the Valto EBK family, right? No love lost there. We don't care for each other, right? I don't hate him. He hates me. But I'll tell you this right now, buddy. I can only understand his plight and his situation, you know, and all I can say about it is, man, I wish him the best, you know, Godspeed and everybody's shit, man, because I'm dealing with my own health issues. Anyways, with that being said, gente, there, man. I gave you the blood sugar. I let you guys know exactly what it was. It was pretty low, so that means I'm not good at a donut. Can I have a donut one time? I'll be telling my lady, hey, shit, my shit's good. Can I have a Chips Ahoy cookie? One, right? It'd be ugly sometimes. With that being said, gente, let's get it, man. I got a double banger coming today. Some shit happened at the store yesterday, right? So I'm going to give you guys the rundown. They thought they had me, but they didn't, though. But it was close. I had them. We'll talk about it later. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, take care of yourself, raza. We need each other, man. That's all we have. And you know what that is, man. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See, heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and strive for what I honestly and truly believe in, man. And that's hoping everybody stays their course. Do what you does, cuz. Oh, power! Don't let anybody dictate your program. You're in charge, eh? You're the leader to your ship. How you sell it is up to you. You know what it is. With that being said, man, I'm going to continue to does mine. Thank you guys again. Gracias for all the support. And that's exactly what happened while I was in the ER and while I was all toe up. And I ain't going to lie to you, man. Shit, I could go back tomorrow. You just never know, man. The only one that knows is him up there, man. You got to, another thing is, you know, stay focused in on your higher power. Stay focused in on whatever floats your boat. Whatever makes you happy, gente. Because you only through them can you do it, you know. You can't do it by yourself, man. I neglected the shit out of myself. Look what I got. A poker, a toker, 4 doors open. Me and the homeboy Joker. You already know what it is. With that being said, bang, bang. This is the gun, gente.